Morning meteorologist Eric Burris here with you for the afternoon coffee talk, where we get together 5 days a week in the afternoons, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, catch up, see what's doing, and hopefully get the day continuing in the right note. Of course, when we get together in the mornings, that's our main coffee talk where we chat. But here it's just kind of making sure everything is still on par for the course. Here's a live look outside on our Tower Cam network. Look at downtown Orlando, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Hey, I used to live in that building. That was my pool right there. Man, oh man. Still beautiful. I just don't live there anymore. I've had to move into suburbia to do the whole parenting thing. Hope you're doing well. Here's a look at temperatures out the door. We are at 83 degrees in Orlando right now, 86 in the Villages, 87 degrees in Ocala, 84 degrees in DeLand, 86 for us in Titusville. It is a nice and warm afternoon. We take a look at the winds, and they are still around, running 5 to 10 miles an hour. Remember, the last couple of days, we've been running like 15, 20, 25 miles an hour. So we are not at that level anymore. We've started to back things down just a little bit. Our first warning, live Doppler radar scanning around, not seeing a bunch of stuff. We've had a few small showers. I think Futurecast, frankly, has done a really great job on tracking things for us. You can see a couple of teeny tiny sprinkles here or there. Otherwise, yeah, we've been doing fine. Do want to take a look and just mention, even though the temperatures are getting warm, we made it to 86 in Orlando thus far, 86 in Sanford, but nowhere near records. The records were in the 90s, like 97 degrees in Orlando. So we did not get there. We will not get there, but it is beautiful. It really is. Here's a look at the satellite and radar composite, and you can very clearly see there's some nasty weather out near Louisiana, squall line moving toward Baton Rouge, and of course, all of those neighborhoods. But for us in Florida, it continues to be a really nice and quiet weather pattern. So where do we go from here? Forecast tonight looks outstanding. It's going to be warm, though. 7 o'clock temperature. Stella, what are you doing? Boy, my allergies are getting me. 7 o'clock temperatures in the upper range of the 70s. Will be in the mid-70s by 9 o'clock, lower 70s by 11 o'clock. It is a toasty, warm weather pattern. We're not into records or anything, but those temperatures are climbing. Let's take a look at Futurecast. 7 o'clock, continuing on that nice quiet trend. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi is going to be updating all of this for us coming up starting at 4 o'clock today on WESH 2 News. Notice through 10, 11 o'clock, not much to see on Futurecast. Into tomorrow morning early, let's just pause this. 6 a.m., looking good. 7, 8 o'clock, still looking good. I do think through the day, though, we may see a shower or two. Futurecast is starting to get a little more bullish with a rain opportunity tomorrow. It's going to be low, if it's anything, but there is going to be some sea breeze activity, and that's one thing that I think the chief is going to have to make an adjustment to the forecast over my forecast picture. The models are trying to trend a little more activity tomorrow versus today. What about the temperatures, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, let's chat about things. We start things off with readings in the 60s, low, mid, upper 60s, kind of depending on where you are, but look at where the temperatures go by the afternoon. 90 in Orlando, 88 degrees in the Villages, 83 degrees Daytona Beach, 82 degrees for us back over to Titusville. So looking really good. Sonia, what's the pollen high today? My allergy has been horrible. Mine too, ironically. I will tell you that they're high. I will tell you that they're going to be high tomorrow as well. The allergens in the air are just awful. Now, by Thursday, we may be able to get just a little bit of a break, but it's not going to be much. Yeah, oak, grass, and nettle are the predominant pollens. Actually, Tony just went ahead and updated this, and there you go. You can see Thursday into Friday looking a little bit lower. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a rough allergen day. Now, what's going on in terms of the forecast? Nice high pressure and control keeping us beautiful, but hot today. Same thing for us tomorrow. But notice top left part of your screen there. That's a cold front that will little by little be sneaking up on us. And that cold front does actually move through. It brings a few showers in on Wednesday, and it actually helps to drop the temperatures down just a little bit. So be ready for it because there is going to be an adjustment of temperatures. Not a lot, but a little. 4 degrees is what we're going for. 90 degrees our Wednesday afternoon high temperature. 86 our afternoon high temperature on Thursday. So yeah, it's not a ton, but it's something. I'll take something, right? Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. 88 or so today. If we get back up there, we've hit 86 so far for a high temperature. So we're in that ballpark. I'm forecasting 90 for tomorrow. I do think Tony's going to have to add a little more of a rain chance in there. This is my forecast package. Again, Tony's making updates, and we'll have those updates all new at 4 o'clock. But I do think we may have to tweak in a few mentions of showers tomorrow. Wednesday, showers as well, with a 90-degree high temperature. All thanks to that heat and that humidity, all thanks to that front as it moves through. Then we look ahead to Thursday, Friday, those temperatures not quite as hot because of that cold front. Then we look ahead to Saturday, Sunday, and we build back in the heat. And by the way, and I talked about this morning on West 2 News Sunrise, but don't think for a minute that the heat is backing down, because while the highest temperature that we have this week is 90 degrees, next week it's 93. At least that's what the models have been saying. So the heat is absolutely building. Just be ready for it. By the way, since we have a rocket launch scheduled this week, remember the Axiom 1 mission? They splashed down a couple of hours ago. A little bit of a turnaround. And then we'll get the NASA Crew 4 mission up. That one expected to go up. As of now, it's slated at 3:52 in the morning on Wednesday. We're looking at a great forecast for it. 90% chance of good weather, not really overly concerned with wind shear, not really overly concerned with booster recovery weather. So all things are good. It will be the 4th flight for booster 1067. It will be the first flight, though, for the Crew Dragon Freedom capsule. So good stuff there. I'll take it. Yeah, it's going to be a great show for those that are up early enough. Nita, good morning to you. I know it's afternoon. I'm just kidding. Judy says, I want to rip my itchy eyes out. My nose has its thing going on. Yeah. Well, it's almost May in Florida. Time to get hot. It's true. Michael, how are you? Good afternoon to you. Yeah, it's almost May in Florida. And when we look at May, it's important to note, and I was talking to Tony about this just today. He and I always chat. Anytime I do the morning show, he and I always chat. But the one thing to remember is that May is really kind of the gateway to summer for Central Florida. Average temperature the first of the month, which we're already there. The average high for the 1st of May is 85 degrees. The average by the end of May is 90. So that's the gateway to the heat. This, I think, is the most important stuff. Tropical systems can form, and the rainy season usually begins in late May. So again, May, the gateway to that summer weather pattern. Super cool. And if you've watched long enough, you know that we do long-range forecasting. If you watched this morning, you know that we're talking about on our 2022 hurricane season forecast that already during the month of May, there is a window where I do think we'll have to watch. If we look at the long-term forecast, there is a storm system around the 6th, 7th, and 8th that will kind of graze the northeast United States. That's not a big one, but I do think that the next one that we'll have to kind of be interested in, I do think that around the 16th, 17th, more like the 17th-ish, that's when the Florester is scheduled to recycle. So it'll be interesting to see. How that plays out, if that does become something, or if it's just the first mention of something tropical. Just a reminder, my friends, that the hurricane season hotspots included on the West 2 hurricane season forecast, the Florida Peninsula is hotspot number 1 in that mid-May time frame. That's the Florester. That's the first threat to Florida. That's the Florester, okay? Mid-May. Good times. Thankfully, it's not the strong version of that storm system, but it is something that we will want to certainly watch. Okay? Any questions, comments, concerns? Good afternoon, everybody. Sonia, do you think we'll have a storm hurricane around June 18th? That's when we leave for the Disney cruise. Around June 18th? Let's look at June. No, I think you're good. I will say, Sonia, though, that next week, That's going to be a busy one. That's that early October timeframe when we had a bunch of storms rapid firing around Florida. One kind of scraped the mid-Atlantic and one impacted Florida. So I would say, depending on when you come back, I don't know when you come back, Sonia, but I would say the 24th, 25th, 26th, in that time frame, that's when that October 11th storm system kind of pops back up. That's going to be one we'll have to watch. So again, obviously plenty of time, but these are just things to watch, right? All right, so how hot did Tony tweak the forecast? Did he add the rain chances in there tomorrow? All the questions that you and I want answered. So you're going to have to tune in. Chief Meteorologist Tony Manolfi has you covered on WESH 2 News starting at 4 o'clock. All right? All right, Stella. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I'll see you guys.